begin this part on the drawing, just kind of laying it out. I'm going to give it the arrow side and just see if I can't, in perspective, pretty much draw this arrow per se. And if I did have to find the center of that, I would eyeball it there to the base, and it's going to go up to the top here, section like that. And this is a good chance for doing the straight edge, and knowing that right away I can make this a pretty heavy line right from the start and building that section up, keeping it pretty crisp. I already have my parameter on the drawing right here. That lets me build that up pretty quickly, and that gives me that section. The 3D part, again, is just going to taper off, kind of build that section pretty quickly, and again, can even start to shade it in right away, because I know it's going to be heavy in there. This part that's tapering in from this, I can estimate it right there and kind of do the same thing. Get some of the shading in there right away. See if I get my pencil in there. Place it in there. So far so good. The inside is just a step away, so I'm just going to put a few points here to help me out. And do the same thing. I'm going to line this up, and knowing that it's going to have that dark value, just kind of shade a little bit of it just to get the idea. Same with this one. There's the edge. Shade this way. And this part is going to have the edge, so I'm going to find it. And that's going to be the corner where it comes through. This part is just going to have two segments coming across, and shade that. That's going to have a thickness to it. And the same angle from there, so I can at least get it started. And I already find that subtle piece, so it's pretty well laid out there. The rest of it, you can kind of see that edge is going to go all the way to the point here. So I'll just go ahead and put a nice line in there, crisp and heavy it up. Just tilt the pencil if you're using a straight edge. That's the other side of it. And bringing it right back down. And do the same thing, kind of fill that in there. This already has the corner where it's supposed to be, so I can kind of line that up there and find that edge. So pretty quickly, it's pretty well laid out. The only thing missing are these light bulbs, so I'm actually going to make a pretty crisp outline just for the start of it. Let it overlap since it is a transparent glass. It's not going to hurt it. It gets smaller as it goes up. 5 of these lights up here. And you can see that a couple of these from this particular angle have the light sockets, so finding that elliptical shape, placing it on parts of it that you can see. It's kind of hidden from the depth of the cutout. That pretty much gives you the whole piece pretty quickly. Then the rest of it is just a matter of continually finding the shadow, finding the shading for it. So it'll get you set up. So this pencil, as I go back and forth, I'm using it's a hard-edged lead. It's a 5/8, which is almost like a nail in there. So you can see it's a trickier segment. Other side of some of these pencils has a softer lead here. This is a 2B lead, so it's going to be a softer lead. Coming down here, so it's a matter of getting used to those. And then just your regular pencil, which is HB on here. And the difference is that there's graphite and clay mixed together when they actually make the lead. The clay you can kind of feel is kind of a stiffer feel on the paper. But again, trying to find those edges here. Again, here's a straight line. Button up against that edge right there. this tone. It's got the white paint, so I'm going to click, kind of sketch it in grade 8 at the lettering going across, so it's dark there. Loses that line, fades away. Makes like a nice edge to it. Same as if you use a straight edge. Put your hand on the other drawing so you don't smear it too much. And bring that across. Here's a straight line coming here. Come here. And since it's like you're looking at these rectangles from that edge, you can kind of blend on part of it down at the bottom, and it really gives kind of a illusion of that depth pretty quickly. And these are lit lights. You can keep them lit or try to arch any of the glare. Just make sure that it follows that circumference. And cross contour, that circular part there. Really gets you going in there. And something like this where it turns the corner, since there's the actual lighting of it plus the lighting of the bulbs on it, it gives you a double light source. And kind of build that section up there. How'd that go so fast? And the harder leads, this one's a 3B, so it's a little softer. 3B, 4B, 2B. And again, the straight edge lets you bear down on it a little bit. And the red paint on the value just makes it dark on dark, so you got to kind of exaggerate the lighting and the shadow in there. There you go. So give it a shot, see how you do on it. Just have these 3 sketches. And it may have a little shadow, cast shadow, but like again, it does have a lot of outside extra light to it. You can kind of simulate the shadow, drop shadow to it. Accent some of these darks in here. And if need be, you can go back in and clean up with the eraser or just put some highlights into it. And you got it pretty good. So there's all the signs so far.